In the previous lecture, we have learned the concepts of local variables and global variables, and I had shown you some sample programs also in the presentation. So right now we are going to write them practically, and we will see the results by executing those programs. Now in this first program I am going to show you the working of local variable. So this is the function main, and this is the prototype of the function sample within the function main. Void sample empty parenthesis, as you know that void means this function is not going to return any value, and sample and empty parenthesis, they denote that name of the function is sample, and empty parenthesis, they denote that at the time of calling this function sample we are not going to pass any arguments. So it could be anything as per your requirement. It's just a sample program. Now here I am calling the function sample. Of course, after this the control will go to the body of the function sample. Here is the start of this function sample, and within this function I have declared a local variable n. I have got it the value 100. Then I have printed this value of n, that is 100, or whatever value you will assign, that will be printed. And as you know, after the execution of a function called function, the control always returns back. So control will return back. Here I have put this statement into the comment. I will decomment it later on, but let me first execute the program. It will be executed successfully because right now there is no bug in the program. So the control went into this function sample, and value of n is being printed 100, which happens to be the local variable of sample. Now I'm going to decomment this printf statement, which happens to be present in the calling function main. Now when I will get the value of n printed, it's going to be erroneous. The compiler will give error message, as you know, because when I will try to print this variable n, it will see that there is no variable called n which has been declared within the function main. Neither there is any global variable with the name n. So it is going to print the error message, because this n variable which has been declared, it is strictly local to the function sample. It cannot be accessed by other functions like sample. So I will try to execute this program by pressing F11, and clearly you can see this is the statement which is causing the error. And here if you see carefully, the error message is being printed and undeclared first use in this function. The main point is it's saying that it is not able to identify this variable n. So here I come with another sample program. In this program I will show that we can declare variables with the same name in different functions. Like in this case, this is our main function, and in the main function I have declared this variable n, and which has been initialized with the value 200. It's local to the function main. Now you come to this function sample, and you can see within the body of the function sample I have declared a variable with the same name, that is n, and it has been initialized with some value 100 or whatever. But you can see that this n and this n, the n of main and n of sample, they are not the same variable. Actually they are different variables, and they will be maintained differently at different memory locations in the memory. This n as a local variable of main, and this n as a local variable of sample. So there is no clash between these two variables. So this is the prototype of the function, and here I am calling the function sample. Of course the control will go into this sample function, and we will get the value of this n printed. Of course the value of this local variable n, which is local to sample, that will be printed, which happens to be 100. The control will go back, as you know, control will go back to the next statement of the calling statement, which is this printf, and it is going to print the value of the local variable which is local to main, and it is 200. So let me execute the program. It should execute without any errors. So value of n is equal to 100. This n belongs to the function sample. When the control returned back, it printed the value of another variable n which happened to be local to the function main, of course the value of which was 200.